The Atlanta Falcons are making moves that may not grab headlines at first glance, but look closer and you'll see a strategy taking shape that could dramatically reshape this team's defense and special teams. We're taking a look at the Falcons' recent roster tweaks, and if you're a fan who's been following the ups and downs of our depth chart, especially in the lead up to the 2025 NFL Draft, this is an update you won't want to miss. Be sure to hit that like button and follow me as I tell you all about it. Let's start with a name you've probably never heard shouted from the rooftops. Caleb Johnson. But don't let the quiet addition fool you. Johnson just became the newest linebacker added to Atlanta's roster, and while it may seem like a typical offseason transaction, there's something quietly brilliant about this signing. Johnson wasn't a high-profile free agent. He was a tryout player, yes, a tryout guy, who earned his spot during rookie minicamp. That alone should have you paying attention. It's not common for a player to walk into Flowery Branch without a deal secured and walk out with a locker. Caleb Johnson brings 65 games of NFL experience, mostly with the Jaguars and a stint with the Bears. Now, here's the real nugget. He's played over 63% of special teams snaps in every single game he's appeared in. He's not here to steal starting linebacker snaps. He's here to bring consistency and firepower to Marcus Williams' special teams unit. Think about that. In a league where the smallest margins decide games, having a core special teamer you can trust is gold. But of course, every addition comes with a cost, and for the Falcons, that cost was veteran wide receiver Philip Dorsett. This move says as much about the Falcons' confidence in their receiving core as it does about Dorsett's declining role. Atlanta's wide receiver room is deep, arguably one of the most loaded position groups on the roster, and Dorsett found himself edged out by emerging names like Casey Washington, Mekhi Polk, Chris Blair, and even undrafted free agents like Nick Nash and Quincy Skinner. It's going to be a war this summer for those last few receiver spots, and Dorsett became the first veteran casualty of that battle. Now let's pivot to someone Falcons fans absolutely need to keep their eyes on, Kobe Bryant. Remember the name. This is no ordinary undrafted rookie. We're talking about a guy who made all Big 12 3 years in a row, the first Kansas Jayhawk to ever do that, and tied Aqib Talib for second most interceptions in school history with 13. He's not just a guy filling out the offseason 90-man roster. He's a legitimate threat to make the final 53 and contribute early. Head coach Raheem Morris didn't mince words when talking about Bryant. Kobe is the most famous undrafted player I've ever been around, Morris said. He wasn't exaggerating. His kids knew who Kobe was before he even put on a Falcons jersey. And the Falcons were strategic here. They brought Bryant in for one of their 30 pre-draft visits. This wasn't luck. It was planning. Morris had scouted the tape, had the conversations, and made a focused, persuasive pitch. And it worked. There's a real opportunity for Kobe Bryant in Atlanta. The depth at cornerback isn't overwhelming. A.J. Terrell is locked in. Mike Hughes is likely starting opposite him, but the depth beyond that? Keith Taylor Jr. and Mike Ford are solid but not unshakable. That opens the door wide for Bryant, especially with his ability to read quarterbacks, make plays on the ball, and play tough, physical football. And while we're on the subject of impact rookies, it's impossible not to highlight what the Falcons may have pulled off in the draft. 3 potential day one starters. Yes, you heard that right, 3. First-round edge rushers Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. look primed to start immediately, providing the pass-rushing juice this defense has desperately needed. And then there's Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman Jr., 2 athletic safeties who joined Jesse Bates in what could be one of the most dynamic secondaries the Falcons have fielded in years. Make no mistake, Coach Morris is ready to let the rookies play. He said it himself, we're going to have some real intentionality about playing our rookies this year. That's not coach speak. That's a signal. The defense ranked near the bottom in nearly every key category last season, 22nd in yards allowed per game, 23rd in points per game, and 31st in sack percentage. You don't fix that with the same group. You fix it with fresh legs, fast minds, and players who haven't been weighed down by years of losing football. That's what Atlanta did by adding Divine Diablo and Leonard Floyd to the linebacker and edge group. And suddenly, you look at that front 7, and it looks real. Real fast. Real physical. Real dangerous. We're seeing something different in Atlanta, and it's not just talk. It's strategy. It's intentional. And it's loaded with youth, speed, and upside. But now I want to hear from you, Falcons fans. What do you think about the addition of Caleb Johnson and the rise of Kobe Bryant? Is the defense finally ready to take that next step? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If the first half of this story was about key additions and strategic shifts, this second half is about the why this all matters, and why it should have Falcons fans watching every practice rep this summer like it's Sunday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Let's go deeper into the ripple effects of these roster moves. Start with the defense, one of the league's weakest units last year when it came to pressure. Atlanta's sack percentage ranked 31st. That's nearly dead last. So when Coach Raheem Morris says, that's got to change, and the only way to change that is to change that, he's telling you the old ways are gone. He doesn't just want results, he expects them. Enter Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr., two edge rushers with the pedigree, physical tools, and mindset to bring that needed change. Pierce has the burst and bend to get around the edge with violence. Walker brings versatility, a hybrid linebacker edge skill set that gives defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake the kind of chess piece he didn't have last year. They are coming in to learn slowly, they're being handed the keys. Now add Divine Diablo and Leonard Floyd to that mix. Diablo brings size and range at linebacker, while Floyd offers veteran edge presence and knows how to win one-on-one battles. All of a sudden, the defensive front feels new. It feels hungry. It feels dangerous. But it's not just the pass rush getting a facelift. The secondary is undergoing its own transformation. Xavier Watts, a true deep safety with elite ball skills, is built to complement Jesse Bates. Then there's Billy Bowman Jr., who can slide into the box or even lock down the slot if asked. That versatility? It gives the Falcons freedom to deploy creative packages, especially in nickel and dime sets. And yes, Jordan Fuller's addition complicates the starting safety equation, but this isn't a roadblock, it's competition. And that's exactly what Morris wants. Iron sharpens iron, and the winners of these camp battles won't be placeholders, they'll be game changers. But here's the key takeaway, Falcons fans, this isn't about plugging holes. This is about building identity. Every move screams of a shift toward youth, aggression, and flexibility. This team isn't looking for veterans to steady the ship, it's trusting its future to guys like Walker, Pierce, Bryant, Watts, and Bowman. It's bold. It's risky. And it's exactly what Atlanta needs to break out of the cycle of mediocrity. Yes, there will be growing pains. That's the cost of transition. But this is the first time in years that it feels like the Falcons aren't just reacting, they're building. With intent. With vision. With urgency. Now, let me hear from you. What excites you most about this defensive overhaul? Is it the rise of the rookies? The return of swagger to the front seven? Or maybe it's the story of underdogs like Caleb Johnson and Kobe Bryant fighting to make the roster. Leave a comment, hit the like button if you believe in this new era of Falcons football, and don't forget to subscribe. Go Falcons!